if if we take the striker rate out, the man can probably bat the whole day, every single day, I think. But I think the nature of T20s just changed where you kind of need 15 ball 30s and not 60 ball
Is he
100s anymore.
Turkey? Well, he reminds me of Enzima Mulhaq from back in the day. Kiwi scored a few years ago where they had batting right until number 8.
Saying that, they've only really got spin bowling all-rounders this time. No pace bowling all-rounders. Hey guys, the boys are back. The conditions are a bit slower, so we've had to drop one of the slips. But don't stress, he'll be back. He'll be back. We'll go back to the racy conditions in Adelaide, and the pitch will demand a few more slips. Um, the agenda for the day is probably just to go through some of the pre-series, pre-World Cup rituals, a couple of warm-up games, talk about how the World Cup's faring. We've had a couple games already. And yeah, let's just kick things along. How are you, Chai?
Good. I'm trying to be as warm as possible in this cold Melbourne weather. But yeah, pretty excited about today's episode and the way the World Cup's panning out so far.
Nice. I'm assuming you've been watching late night games.
I think you could make it out from my face. Yesterday was amazing. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Let's start with some of the pre-World Cup series, the England Pakistan. How'd you catch up with those?
We should start talking right from the top. The openers. The opener, not the openers. What do you reckon about the quality Pakistan opener?
Oh man, strike rate's a bit iffy, but my gosh, they can score.
They can.
I think if if we take the strike rate out, the man can probably bat the whole day, every single day, I think. But I think the nature of T20s just changed where you kind of need 15 ball 30s and not 60 ball 100s anymore.
Yeah. And I think you got to rotate the strikes as well. And this man's going to struggle doing that, especially when you've got teams opening up with spinners.
Yeah.
And the ball isn't going to come onto the bat. Either you generate power from yourself, which this man can do, or else you got to rotate strikes. But do you want to you want to reveal the name?
You go for it.
Talking about the great keeper for Pakistan. I'll probably let our viewers add the name in the comment. Reveal the name.
All right. I mean, they've got two keepers playing.
We're talking about one of them.
Is he a chunky boy?
Is he chunky? Well, he reminds me of Enzima Mulhaq from back in the day.
Oh man, so funny. Cool. And then let's go back to the king, the one down. Babar Azam.
The entire team is rotating around him. He's pretty good with what he does.
Yeah.
But he got to play against big boys and prove the same numbers. Scoring against smaller teams and equaling or approaching or calling someone at par with Kohli is not great. Right? Babar has had. I mean, he's been scoring runs, but I think he got to score runs against quality players or quality teams, and then prove himself. From a technique and all those perspectives, is pretty good. I think, I
mean, I think he's probably one of their most consistent batters, right? So
he's been
no going away from that.
That's it, right? That's where I was getting. Like the quality is there, just needs to do it against strong opponents.
What are your thoughts on Fakhar Zaman getting dropped down to middle order or top to middle order now from opening?
This has been one of those things where with Pakistan all along, too many experiments, right? And too many you could probably do all this probably a year or so before major tournament, but 6 months off, you should have your lineup pretty much sorted. At least, your top threes should not be swapped around regularly. Your keepers should not be swapped around pretty regularly. But yeah, he's a pretty good opener. Now, for me, Babar should come one down.
Yeah.
Open with Rizwan and Fakhar, and Babar to come one down. Because it's more, you got to have, if any of these players got out very quickly, you need someone that could anchor the innings. Similarly, how Kohli has been doing for ages for India. I'm taking Kohli because everyone compares Babar with Kohli, so I just want to have like for like, apples for apples. Yeah, Babar should come one down. Fakhar and Rizwan to open, Babar, and then the rest of the players play around these three.
Because that's kind of where I think Pakistan shined when Fakhar came at the top, and when he
Correct.
scored, there's no losing from that point. I mean,
Exactly right.
I'm sure you remember that coveted final where homeboy sort of scored every single run on his own.
Yeah.
And I think in T20s, it's all about having people who have higher strike rates face as many balls as possible, right?
That's
And
it.
you're essentially taking Fakhar Zaman out of the power play when you put him at number 4.
That's exactly right. So if you look at how England fielded their squad, Salt and Butler opening the innings, and pretty much gives Salt and Butler the freedom to play around because they know that they've got 3 and 4 and 5 that could anchor the innings if required. And they both are aggressive. You've seen Butler doing his magic in IPL before he decided that a true warm-up for T20 would be a series against Pakistan rather than continuing in IPL.
So then let's go through the top order of England before we go to the Pakistani bowling lineup. Their lineup looks crazy. Phil Salt, Butler, aggression, right?
Yeah.
Then to top it, they've got Will Jacks and Barrister coming in after that.
And then Harry Brooks.
And then Harry Brooks.
And then Moeen Ali.
The thing is, Livingstone comes at about 6.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Sorry, 7. He comes in at 7.
It's like Kiwi scored a few years ago where they had batting right until number 8. You're like, it's not that you get top 2 wickets and you're in the game. It's like, nah, you get 2, we got 2 more. You get 2, okay, you got 4, we can still bat.
And they're all high striker players. I think, to be honest, Moeen Ali might be the slowest player.
in context of the team,
exactly.
Right? He's a pretty
he's CSK's pinch hitter, so
and we're calling him as the slowest player in the squad. England I think had the squads sorted out, but I felt they should not have left IPL.
But in saying that, they've only really got spin bowling all-rounders this time. No pace bowling all-rounders. There's no Stokes. There's no, I don't know if I could call Broad an all-rounder. There's no Broad. I'll take Broad back. Broad's not an all-rounder. At least on T20s.
Yeah. He doesn't know if he's edged the ball. He doesn't know. Exactly. He just continues to bat on.
Exactly. But that's the thing. So they've only got spin bowling all-rounders in Moeen Ali and Liam Livingstone, which is very different to a usual England squad. They usually have at least one pace bowler who can bat in the middle.
But I think over the years, England have introduced spin into their attack. Back in the day, it was only pace bowlers and you had part-time spinners, right?
Yeah.
Joe
But
Root.
the connection I'm trying to make is there's a reason why India's picked an extra spin bowler, and there's probably a reason why England's gone in with all these spin bowling all-rounders. I don't
Yeah,
know what, but could be something in the future.
and I think if you had watched PNG versus West Indies game, that would have revealed why spinners are being your primary choices for this series. The ball scripting.
Man, I find that crazy. So when I went to bed, I watched the first half hour of the game, and I was like, oh, PNG batting, they're gonna get rolled. I woke up in the morning, they scored 137 runs, and I thought, oh shit. Before I scroll down, I know West Indies won this, obviously, but they must have scored this in like 7, 8 overs. I mean, given it's Windies. Scroll down, 19 overs. 19 overs. You kidding me?
I I woke up in the middle of night twice, opened up Crick Info to check the scores. When PNG, I saw PNG all out or finished up their innings for 130 odd, and like, yeah, this is going to be a piece of cake for Windies. Then 6 overs, I woke up again, couldn't go back to bed, so I turned on the TV. That's when PNG spinners came on board.
Yeah.
Oh, they strangled
Yeah.
the Windies batsmen.
I mean, you know things are slow when Nicholas Puran going at a strike rate of 100. This is the same man who just finished up a 25 ball 75 against Australia. So,
Yeah,
geez.
and
But let's come back. Let's come back quickly to England, Pakistan, and finish off the bowling side. Yeah.
yes.
Um, cool. So give us your thoughts on the bowling on Pakistan.
Well, I got to impersonate Shahid Afridi. I'll try my best. We've got the best bowling lineup for this T20 World Cup compared to all the teams.
Well, Shadab Khan. I'll start with Shadab Khan. Economy of 13.75 in the first game against England, Pakistan. The man can't pitch the ball on the pitch.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but there used to be a point in time when Shadab Khan used to be a decent bowler. But I think his focus sort of shifted to being an all-rounder. I think that's kind of when he lost the plot.
It's a thing, right? If your primary is a bowling department and now you're going to jump into an all-rounder space, it has to come before you made it into the squad. It's hard to develop. Remember, we had Irfan Pathan, who was pretty good swing bowler in India, and then he was started. He was a pretty good pinch hitter, but the moment he started focusing on batting, his bowling went for a toss,
Yeah, yeah,
and then eventually, he got kicked out of the squad.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to come in with both. You got to get into the squad as an all-rounder if you want to be in that category. Hard to develop a skill, especially at that professional level, the top elite level, once you're in the squad.
Yeah. What about the comeback king, Mohammad Amir?
Uh,
He he's got some pedigree, but there's a lot of
he's got,
chat.
I think it's more chat these days, right? His
He is
off
older now.
yeah, his off-field conversations are more louder than on-field.
Yeah,
Not a great economy, right? Not a great impact as a player.
yeah.
I haven't
But
seen the swing as well.
but there is one thing, this guy, he shows up in those big boy games. I reckon might have to watch out of him. Him and maybe even Afridi on 10th of June.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
10th of June is a separate game. We should speak completely in depth because
Oh, guaranteed,
it's
guaranteed.
it's the 10th of June game. Oh, 10th of June for us in
Oh,
Australia,
yes,
where we
sorry.
are
Yeah.
recording, but it is 9th of June for
The rest of the world,
people
sure.
for the rest of the world, right? It's nothing to do with what tournament you're playing. It's
Yeah,
a separate league in itself. So everyone's gonna up their games when that happens. Right?
yeah,
India,
guaranteed.
Pakistan, it's a separate league, but it's it's just one of many games in the series, And that's where, everyone steps up to that one game, but they got to be consistent before and after for Pakistan to make it to semis.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. So then, final thoughts on how to start off. That guy's got some quality, right?
He's got quality. He's probably one of the guys that can take wickets, but again, you got to go hunt in a pack. You can't go by yourself. Yeah. Again, I'm referring back to how Indian bowling squad played in the old memories, 2023 Cricket World Cup. Yeah. Bumrah was strangulating, and then Siraj was attacking, Shami was attacking. I think you got to go in packs. If Harris Rauf is picking up, creating that pressure, getting the wickets, and the other side, they start leaking runs, it's not going to be effective.
Well, not just leaking runs, right? You got to stop the ball in the field.
You got to catch the ball when there's a leak.
Did you see Azam Khan behind the wickets?
You dropped the name.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, the whole world's seen that video.
Oh man!
But did you see the catches?
So many. Which one you want to talk about? There's been so many drops.
And what I can't believe is, look, I think there's a reason why he's behind the wickets. Because Rizwan Khan, hands down, is way better. Like, he can keep for 6 Azam Khans, but they need to hide him somewhere. And
exactly. Now it's coming at a cost, that hiding. Do you want to leak runs by adding him, placing him in the covers, or do you want to leak
to be honest,
drop catches?
He would play better goalkeeper at cover than
yeah.
All right.
Rizwan should keep.
Sure. At some point they'll have to.
Catches win matches. I think if Pakistan thinks about it, they will probably swap right in the first game itself.
Yeah, probably not first game, but at some point they should do it. Right, quick thought on the England bowling. We've got Reece Topley, nice and lanky and swings it.
Jeffra Archer.
Good comeback.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a comeback for him because he hasn't played in over a year now. He was meant to come back in the IPL, cancelled it. Yeah. And now he's made a decent comeback against Pakistan in this series. And my gosh, he looks like he's still got the rhythm after not playing competitive cricket for a year. He looks pretty fluid and just runs in so smooth and just pitches in that good length. And I don't know how he generates that pace, but every single ball I watched was over 140 kilometers. I don't know how.
He's been that kind of bowler all along. Leave that initial 1 or 2 years where everyone gets used to the international limelight, but he's been one of those consistent. Whenever he played for England or any club franchises, he's been pretty consistent, and he's been someone that they can throw the ball to make magic happen.
And spare a thought for Liam Livingstone, the bowler. Do you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Yuvraj Singh's pies from 2011 World Cup. Just comes in, chucks whatever he wants, and hopes for a good result.
the ball talks, right? And I think he's pretty good mix to have. If you don't want to count him as your regular bowler, but when you hit crisis, someone you could throw the ball to get something out of the wicket, change the pace. To me, he's more like our good old Joe Root, just that. Root balls off spin, this guy bowls leg.
But this guy switches it up, right? He can do both. He does finger spins and he wrists it.
Well, you have a bowler that is a true all-rounder bowler. So just to mix it up, right? They've got Rashid as well in the squad, who's a very good leg spinner.
I reckon that guy's gonna carve up in Windies.
And if you want someone to be opposite to Rashid, you could throw to him. If you want someone that to follow Rashid just because there's a lot of purchase in the wicket. You could throw to him. So yeah, you've got a perfect guy in the team.
But you know what? Like, you know how I said there are no pace bowling all-rounders? But I think because they have Livingston in the squad, it allows them to actually have three fast bowlers in the 11. Because they've also
Correct.
got Chris Jordan.
And Mark Wood as well.
I think I don't think
Is he?
Markwood will come in if Chris Jordan's playing. So I think the three paces they'll have are going to be Markwood, Jofra Archer, and Reece Topley, or Reece Topley, Jofra Archer,
And
and
Mark.
Chris Jordan.
Hmm.
Chris Jordan can bat though. I think that's kind of where he might edge out other bowlers.
Yeah.
So if they want raw pace, they might go with Markwood.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, I love watching that guy bowl when he
It
comes
is.
in and his action when he just jumps up and just looks so
uh,
good.
I want to see the same, and I'm talking way ahead. I want to see the same lineup in the next Ashes.
Oh, for
Uh,
sure.
and then it'll be a good healthy probably a repeat of 2005 Ashes that close
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
But we'll get to it. We're talking
As
ahead of
long as
time.
they don't try stump people on fast bowlers bowling, we'll be all good.
Well, all is
Uh,
fair in love and war.
yeah, and it's definitely a war because it's Ashes. Cool. And now, this is a pretty good transition time to go into some of Shakib Al Hassan's comments. I think we did some we touched upon it in our last episode, but
Yes.
do a little bit of in depth now. I'll repeat the line again from Shakib Al Hassan just to remind every single person that's watching. Um, they thought, or Shakib Al Hassan thought, USA was not a worthy contender as a warm up before the World Cup. The results, people, are in. Turns out they were maybe a little too good. Uh, US beat Bangladesh in the series by 2-1.
And
Uh,
those two were first two games that US won.
yeah. And I think they took it pretty easy in the last one. They're like, we've got this. We don't want to break their confidence. Let's give them the last one. It's all good. Now, but go on. Tell us about your better thoughts on this game. I mean, on the series.
You never underestimate your opponents just because they are an associate nation. Don't underestimate them.
Yeah.
Half of the squad played for India under 19s or in Indian Ranji Trophy Series as well, right? It's a very big platform. There's tons of cricketers that play in the Ranjis. Only
Yeah.
few handful of them make it to the next level, but
Yeah.
you can't write out any of the players that made it to Ranji. They're the best in their states.
Yeah.
Right? And
The
these people moved to US and are representing US.
yeah. The funnier thing I think is there are actually more Canadians in the US team than there are Canadians in the Canadian team.
But I think we were all having this conversation where US and Canada is more fit. Yep, most of these people are either most of them are born in US or Canada, but their roots go back to uh, subcontinent. So
Oh, guaranteed.
your players from Sri Lanka, your players from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, or some of them
New,
are from
New Zealand.
New
What?
Zealand.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well,
Corey Anderson. Let's
Corey
go.
Anderson. um, yeah, I think Bangladesh are highly underestimated the talent of
Yeah.
USA.
I mean, think about it. Unmuk Chan couldn't make it into the US team, and he is the under 19 World Cup winning captain of
For
India.
India. Yeah.
Uh, like that.
That second game of the series, rather than US playing to their full potential, I'm going to blame Bangladesh
Okay.
not playing at their full potential. Right? Scenario 4 overs to go, 26 runs to win, and you got 5 wickets in your hand. You got Sake playing at one
That
end.
sounds like an impossible task now.
anyone would have placed their bets on Bangladesh easily cruising, and they end up losing by 6 runs. Right? I think, yeah, it's underestimation of the opponent or overconfidence on one's talent.
Yeah.
Bangladesh, they call them Bangladeshi Tigers, but for the first 2 games, probably the cat in them turned out first, and then Tiger popped up in the 3rd game just so that they could have the tiger on the logo going forward.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So since we're already here, let's do a quick chat about their squad for the T20 World Cup, and then we can move on. I think the key marquee players for me are kind of Shakib Al Hassan, obviously, Mahmudullah with all the experience he's got,
Yeah.
and Soumya Sarkar. I think he's probably one of the better batters right now.
Yeah,
Um,
Soumya,
yeah.
and a couple others that needs to be called out. Litin Das, the
I don't
keeper,
think he's in there, right?
he's part of the squad now. I'm not sure if he's going to play or not, but who else have they got as a keeper apart from Litin Das?
The guy who played against the US, Jakar Ali.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably get Litin Das just because of his
Oh,
experience.
guaranteed, if he's available. No, because
Yeah,
he's one of their top players.
and
Um,
again, he could do a bit of bowling as well, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they've got pretty good mix of experience
yeah,
and pressures. I think all they need is mindset and not underestimate their opponents.
yeah. I mean, I think Liton Das is my other worry where they're not sending him to open because in the initial years he was their opener and he was so good and he's actually really good to watch.
Yes.
A classic batter with classical technique and times everything. And for these kind of batters, I think the first 6 overs are very key, where you just chip it over the infield and get your runs, right?
This is the
Um,
thing with pretty much all these. This is the problem with Bangladeshi squad all along. Similar to how Pakistan are, they keep shuffling their orders quite a bit.
yeah,
I'm not comparing Bangladesh with Pakistan or anything, but just taking as a reference here.
yeah,
On how management thinks that externals could solve everything that's happening on the ground by shuffling the order as they wish.
yeah,
Again, Bangladesh have been in the international arena for nearly 20 odd years now. Yet, they should have learned quite a bit. Afghanistan has made tremendous progress.
yeah,
Bangladesh being around for a while, they still have got that teething issues at a grassroots level.
yeah.
And if you look beyond the series, if Sake, I'm sure he's going to announce his retirement. It's,
Reckon he's still
it's
fairly young.
is he? He's
Yeah,
been,
he's very young. I know, but they just started very early.
yeah, he's his same age as Rohit Sharma,
36, right?
37.
Yeah, 30 or
So
37. Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
so I don't see a lot of career in
Yeah,
Saqib Al
probably.
Hassan, and they need
Yeah,
to start building up. Right, they do have few people that could carry on, uh, but that proper transition, that leadership, someone that could bring the team, or
yeah, but I don't think Shakib Al Hassan was that great of a leader, right? I
he wasn't, he could have
think
called.
he's probably just a really good player, but I don't know about
Yeah,
leadership skills. Um,
he could
but
have allowed Ajanta Mendes to.
yeah,
Was it Ajanta? No.
can't remember.
Who was this? Angela Matthews. He could have allowed
Oh,
Angela Matthews to continue to play
oh
on rather
yes.
than calling a timeout on her.
Okay, so since we're already at Bangladesh, US, and I'm assuming you're like me and you don't know much about the US squad outside of Corey Anderson, obviously, the best player in the squad. But thoughts on A. Jones and his innings against Canada? I mean,
He-
did you see those sixes?
Pretty
They were
clear.
so
It
big.
was pretty good to
So,
watch.
so big. Yeah.
It was pretty good to watch. Yeah, I went into the game supporting or rooting for USA just because they
Yeah.
were the home team.
Yeah.
And the way Canada batted in the first innings and a target of 194, I'm like, oh, Canada is pretty good. And I think I probably have to switch sides, given no one knows me either in the US or Canada. and then the way these people turned out, oh my God. It was, when it started off losing your first wicket in the first over itself, I'm like, oh my God, US, you're playing in your first series in front of first international series in front of your home crowd. Don't embarrass yourselves. And then there you go, first over, boom, they lose a wicket. But oh my God,
Comeback, right?
Yeah, the hits were amazing. I was watching the last night's game where they said they were putting up, ever since IPL, you've got this tournament sixes counter. Doesn't make any sense, but when you start looking at it, it was second game, and first couple of sixes had gone in, and then that scroll came up, 25 sixes already in the tournament.
Wow.
Like you've just started your second game.
Yeah. So good. Okay, cool. Then we can move on now to our reacts, if you have any.
Yes. Yes, I do. All right. Let me bring up our first gem of the day.
Yeah.
I had a bit of build up into it.
Yeah.
Communication between the wickets, communication between the players, the batsmen is so important.
But the thing is, Chai, I think I can relate to this video because I've been in these situations where, you get real adrenaline comes in and you're like, I just need to get this. I just need to get this. You throw it and you're like, oh. And then you look at your mates and your mates are just like, come on, man. You got this. You can do better than this. Come on.
All right. You ready for the first one?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
You can see this?
Yeah.
Awesome. So before we go into this video, we'll probably put a disclaimer. These are young kids, right? We're not having a go at any of these young kids. And I'm so proud that they're playing on a natural pitch and not a synthetic pitch like I used to do even in my 20s. But let's watch this.
Oh, yo.
All right. Where is the non-striker? Oh, where's the striker? Hey.
Oh, shit.
That's, no. Oh, come on. It's the other side.
The other guy's just like watching it roll.
And look at the umpire.
He's probably their coach also.
Look at all the kids. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of the players on the same side, just around the pitch. This cracked me up when I watched this one the other day, and I'm like, this has to be brought up in this conversation for us.
Oh, guaranteed. But this also reminds me, when you used to play club cricket, let's assume, I mean, you'll obviously field at first slip. We've already talked about this. What was your first call out to the batter? The moment you see a little bit of movement in the air, and you see a big hoik from the batter, and him missing the ball. Come on, someone's got to say it. What will you say? Big swing, no ding.
Yes.
I could be at fine leg. I could be at, I don't know, cow corner. The moment the batter swings, nothing in the ball. I'm gonna say it. Big swing, no ding. That's kind of how I welcome my batters on the pitch.
Most of my games we were playing on synthetic pitches and in summers, but I remember playing one of those winter leagues, and has nothing to do with the pitch, right?
Yeah.
Game starts at 8 or 9 in the morning, cold fingers
Gosh, yes.
and cold weather. I was praying that the batsman should not edge when you're feeling in your slips that early in the morning, the ball swinging.
Yeah.
I was praying, saying, all right. And my way of welcoming the batsman is, hey, dude, my hands are not warmed up yet. So you better middle the ball.
You're actually encouraging him. You're like, look, I'm all good with everything. Just hit force for now. Let me get warmed up.
Just connect. Don't give me the opportunity to catch your first or second slip.
Because I will drop it.
Well, yes, but those cold morning starts were amazing.
Yeah.
Right, I got one more.
Yeah, let's go. Show me.
What is an episode without talking about RCB?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'd say a good one, but you tell me. Ooh, I can't see the meme yet, yo. I'm still seeing the village boys. Wow, that's very sad. That's very sad.
Self-explanatory.
I mean, these are the moments where I'm like, I'm so happy I don't support RCB. They're so cursed that the most successful guy in franchise cricket can't even get them to win. And I'm pretty sure that was probably his worst series too. And that's saying something, because when he got paid the most, he played almost the worst, but came in clutch, I guess, in the key games.
Yeah.
Go on, give us your thoughts on this.
They're just jinxed.
Yeah. Highly jinxed. I mean, look at the women. They had one go and they won.
When they were not having a good run, Virat Kohli went into the dressing room to give them a pep talk. And I had one big question to him. Yes, Virat, you're an international, successful, most decorated. You've got all the glamorous records, everything.
Yeah.
But you're going into an RCB women's franchise room, giving war pep talk. And to me, it was like, hey, girls, I've been in this journey for 16 years. You'll get used to it. Was that the
This was part and parcel of the game. But I think if Kohli should give someone pep talks, it should be to their auction strategy people and be like, please get me good bowlers. Please get me good bowlers. Please.
Yeah, that has been problem with RCB. They get one of their two departments sorted. There's never one collective
there's always
department.
the same department that gets sorted, which is batting. They always put the biggest stalwarts and all the money they chuck on them. Like, look at Maxwell. He hasn't done anything, and he's been paid so much money for nothing. But I guess, look.
Do you remember RCB's very first squad?
With Dravid, right? Dravid, Kumble.
Kumble, Jack Callis.
Yeah. Was Luxman in it? No, Luxman was in Deccan. No.
Deccan, yeah. I looked at the squad, and then this was what, 2008?
Oh, yeah.
Chatting. I was in Bangalore in 2008, and then you see the auction, you see the team next day, random coffee conversations, and someone said, did RCB actually set up a team for T20 or a test cricket? Because that was pretty much most of the players that they got were star test players.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, so now let's go in and review a couple of teams. I think we've already crossed off England and Pakistan. Maybe we can start with Australia.
Yeah, let's do.
Cool. Yeah, thoughts on their T20 squad for the year? I mean, they're pretty solid to me.
They are, but I'm gonna miss that McGregor?
Oh yeah. The Delhi
So,
Capitals opener, right?
yeah, surprise.
McGurk.
McGurk. Yeah.
McGregor's the different sport. You need to start
Uh,
watching the MMA chai. Come on.
well, his batting looked no different to the punches of McGregor.
Yeah, very true.
I was so expecting
But
him
at
to.
least, sorry, give him Khabib, not McGregor. And we don't want all chat.
I would have swapped Maxwell for it,
Oh
with the
yeah.
kind of tournament that
But
the two of them had.
Maxwell gives him a bit of bowling. I don't think McGurk can.
But they've got so many bowling options already in their squad. So
But
you've got.
you're going into Windies and he can spin.
Uh,
And to be honest, I think the Maxwell that turns up in IPL is a very different Maxwell that comes up in the Australian colours. Do you remember the double hundy?
uh,
The man couldn't even walk, and he was hitting 360-degree shots.
that's true. That's true. And I think that was their turnaround for the tournament.
Exactly. Like I think you can't discount Maxwell on his IPL performance because a very different Maxwell comes up. Same with even Warner, I think. Though Warner they'll come in for Australia. Oh, very aggressive, very hard, and I reckon very consistent.
My take was you got Mitchell Stark, you got Pat Cummins, you got Zampa, and you got Agar. Your four bowlers, four main bowlers sorted. You get it. You anyways will have Stoinis and Green in your squad. So
That's
you've
the
got.
thing. So now you've only mentioned their fast bowling all rounders. Name me one spin bowling all rounder there.
Yeah, you got me. But yeah, I'm still gutted that he didn't make it to the squad. Likewise,
Yeah,
Abhishek
sure.
Sharma for India, the
Yeah, oh,
striker. The two great talents of IPL 2024 are not playing in their country colors.
yeah. But both
I,
very young, so they'll definitely have a fair chance in the future.
yeah,
But
I was more concerned or worried about having McGurk and Travis Head opening the innings. But part of
without,
me is relief because it's only half the threat.
yeah,
But that half threat is increased further because for some reason Travis Head turns up when the opponent wears a blue color. His
yeah,
entire IPL
yeah.
has been the same. If you go back and look at the stats, any time any big score of his has come when the opponent has a blue, either in the jersey, any shirt or the pants.
Yeah.
Now, Team India core color is blue.
Hey, Chad, why do you think England changed to red?
To stop. uh,
They nullified Travis Head already.
you know how there is pink test or pink ODIs where
Yeah,
South Africa
yeah,
drops their traditional greens and go into pink.
yeah,
When we play against Australia, we should say, hey, today is Holi,
yeah.
right? We'll bring some random color that doesn't has any blue in it. Let's
Just
break that.
nullify.
Just nullify Travis
But
Head
but
and
in
his color.
with that pattern, um, what happened to Travis Head in that test match then? There was no blue there. WTC final didn't have any blue.
Oh yeah.
Maybe he was just like chanting blue, 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 blue.
Well, you can't do much about it. But I think all in all, the squad looks pretty good, right? You got some big hitters, right? I'm assuming Head and Warner are going to open two explosive batsmen.
Do you reckon though? Because that was my question for you actually. Where do you think they'll pull KKR and have Ashton Agar open and do a bit of Narayan action?
They might do it to trip
The
the
associated teams.
opponents.
Okay.
Trip the opponents. So they probably would put up as Warner and Head as their openers.
Yeah.
And if you're now chasing the score of 220, 230s, which I think seems quite obvious, just to throw a spanner, they might get him to give him the luxury and freedom, right? See what damage he can do. If they lose the wicket, it's all right. They still have their regular explosive openers back, but I don't think they'll do it on a consistent basis.
All right. All right, let's move on to our next little team. Let's make this our last team for now for the episode. Let's go to the coveted India squad. Quick thoughts around the batting. Let's keep it very sharp, yeah. So give me quick thoughts on the batting and the bowling, and then your peak players for the tournament.
I still bet the peak. I'm gonna come the other way. Peak player is still gonna be Virat Kohli for me.
Oh,
Right?
all right.
I don't know if these guys are gonna continue longer than that, but peak player Virat Kohli. Bowling, Bumrah. I would go with Arshdeep as my regular bowler.
Yeah.
Mix up right hand, left hand combos.
Yeah.
And then Kulchar to have spin that goes.
I suppose you're going to play both of them every game.
No, every game.
Wow. Okay.
And then
so how do you fit in Jadeja?
Jadeja and Hardik are the two all rounders for me.
So you're going with two fast bowlers, two
Two
spinners,
and
then two all rounders.
One
so
of
you've kicked Shivam Dube.
Shivam and Hardik are probably going to take turns with conditions.
Okay.
I mean, I know Hardik's vice captain,
So
but
I don't think
it's not much of a deal, right? You could throw that bit. If Rohit's not on the field, is when Hardik's going to do the maneuvering of the squad.
Yeah.
You could easily handball that to Bumrah as well. Right?
Yeah.
I would swap between Hardik and Shivam. Hardik's come good in Bangladesh warm-up, which is nice to see.
And the whole squad struggled in that game.
Yeah, and he's come good.
What I can't believe is they somehow managed to score 180 something runs, and every single player looked rusty, like they've never played T20 cricket, and they all had false shots every now and then. Like especially Dube. Dube looked like he hadn't seen a cricket ball in years. Like he couldn't even clear the 30-yard inner circle.
Yeah, with Dube, I think it's the IPL hangover for him, right? He was always placed as an impact player. So he's never been on the ground for the entire game. Yeah. Now, here is my other take on your comment. The entire team looked rusty. And yet we scored 180. Now imagine. And we didn't have Kohli in the squad.
Yeah.
Right.
And Sanju was okay. So then that's the other thought. Sanju versus Bunt. Who are we going for?
I'd start off with Bunt and swap between them. So Bunt and Sanju, depending on the opponent, because Bunt is returning from a major injury. IPL was his comeback, a decent comeback.
Yeah, and he played every single game.
Yeah, I want to still give him a bit of breather between the games. So might swap in, especially in your initial rounds, right? Swap. So my initial would be Bunt, but every other game swap him with Sanju, because Sanju has got his own sweet little form all along as well.
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, he played a little bit better than Bunt in the series.
Yeah.
You almost want to pick him, but then he didn't do himself any favor by getting out to that shit ball on the leg side. He completely missed it. How's that possible?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, give us your predictions for this week's games. And folks, we're going to do this little match by match fantasy, and we'll reveal the results in our next episode. So stay tuned. And we'll compete with Chai, me, and our third slip Randeep when he comes in, and you tell us who's going to win in that fantasy predictor. Go on, Chai.
So you want me to pick a team or pick?
Pick a couple of players. Let's go with players for now, and then we'll do the full team showdowns in the next episode.
I'm gonna go with Sky, Virat, pretty much anchored towards Indian squad, but I'd go Jofra Archer,
Oh, yeah.
Klassen.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
picking all the big names here.
Yeah.
And then Josh Butler.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty decent top half. Yeah.
Yeah. From bowlers, I would go Harris Ruff,
Oh, yeah.
Bumrah,
You've already
and
got Jofra Archer, by the way.
did I?
Yeah, you've already got Jofra Archer.
Uh,
You need some spin
maybe-
bowlers now.
yeah. Kuldeep.
Oh, yeah. Zampa?
I don't know. I've got Kuldeep. I
All right.
think Zappa. I'm looking for a slow spinner. I'll probably go Sake.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sake.
Plus you get a better in Sakib, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yourself?
Cool.
What do you reckon?
I think I want to put Rohit Sharma in there.
Nice.
I think he really wants a redemption series, and I think this could be a real good start for him. And he's just turned 37, so he knows he doesn't have a lot of time left. And I want to go with Travis Head for Australia. I think that man, how he fares, will be very key. I think Klaasen's a good one from South Africa. And for Pakistan, I really want Iftikhar to fire.
Hmm.
I think when he goes berserk, it's real fun to watch because he makes batting look very pedestrian, and I love that because it makes me feel like I can bat. um, and one from England would be, I think, what's his name? Not Butler, Salt.
Salt.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
No,
some off-topic picks, yeah.
yeah, pretty good.
But let's go, people. Come back next week, and we'll show off our squads to you, and see how we all fare. And like and subscribe, and come back. Alrighty.
All
See ya,
right.
guys.
See ya.